Metcalf with the Conscious Community, and we are here on a Google Hangout with the amazing Rick Cooper from Social Media Outcomes. So if this is your first time here, we're grateful that you're here, and if you're a returning fan, Yahoo! That's a wonderful thing. So let me tell you just a little bit about the Conscious Community. I created this business 6 years ago, and it is an online directory of holistic, heart-centered business owners and who are really here to be of service to you. So it's an amazing website. So if you're looking for anybody like a, fabulous life coach, a massage therapist, that kind of thing, and especially in the Phoenix market, most of the members are in the Phoenix area. But do keep in mind, so you need that for massage therapy, but do keep in mind if you're looking for a life coach or an intuitive like myself or an astrologer, anything like that, we all do Skype. So it's a wonderful technological world now. So we can reach out and do readings for people all over the world. But it's a great place for you to start if you've been wanting that, to have a reading done or to have something like that done. Check there first, okay? Because these people are absolutely fabulous. So our mission at the Conscious Community is to provide quality care to the people who bless our path, to respect each other's unique talents and wisdoms, and to educate, encourage, and empower every individual that comes our way. We are actually an inclusive group, not exclusive. So when you go to that website, you are going to see that there are 20 different psychics or 20 different business coaches, and that's okay because we know that you will be drawn to exactly the right person. So, all right, it is my intention to have a safe place for you to shop for fabulous practitioners, and also just to utilize this fabulous information that we're doing too. I'm really passionate about sharing and educating every one of the members who all own businesses on how best to run our businesses. We're all involved in every single aspect of our business. So it can get overwhelming at times. And this is where social media expert Rick Cooper comes in. So I'm going to introduce you to him. So Rick Cooper is an online marketing and social media trainer. He is the author of Seize Your Opportunities, Marketing Magic, and Extreme Excellence. Rick is the founder of Social Media Outcomes. His website is socialmediaoutcomes.com. And Rick works with small business owners like us who want to generate more leads and earn more sales online. He helps business owners increase our visibility. He provides coaching, training, and all kinds of great things for your service. Rick was featured on Comstock's magazine. He's been interviewed by the National Networker, the East Bay Times Business Journal, and allbusiness.com. And tonight we are going to talk about how to leverage LinkedIn. So welcome to the call, Rick.
Excellent. Glad to be here today, Catherine. Glad to be able to connect with all the members of the Conscious Community today and to share information and ideas that will help you to use LinkedIn as a tool in your business.
Fabulous. Well, I did a little research and I found out that there are 414 million members on LinkedIn. So I think this is, obviously it's very popular, and it does really focus on professional people. So I think this is going to be a great starting point for us, and you're going to talk us through how best to utilize it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
All right. So what I'm going to do is share my screen here. So let me click here, and we'll see if we can bring this up for you to see. Okay. Can you see? Do you see LinkedIn there?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, good. All right, good. So we'll be doing some live demonstrations while we're on today. And I also have some slides to go through here. So let me bring this up. You can see the slides there?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, great. Then I'm just going to roll through this and share this information here. So for everyone joining in, thank you so much. I want to share some tips, strategies, and techniques that will help you to be able to use LinkedIn as a powerful tool in your business. As I mentioned, I'll also do some demonstrations and show you some things out on LinkedIn as we're on here today. And you'll also have an opportunity to ask some questions a little bit later on this Google Hangout. And Catherine, do you want to tell them how to ask a question?
Oh, well, we've got a question and answer thing. Let me get that up here. So if anybody has a question, it's over on the right-hand side, and you can just ask a question, and then we'll see it, and Rick can answer it.
Perfect. Okay, and we'll address some of those questions a little bit later. So excellent. All right, so welcome to members of the Conscious community. I like what Catherine said there at the beginning about being a community of holistic, heart-centered entrepreneurs and business owners, many people in different aspects of, you know, whether it be massage, acupuncture, astrology, various practices. You are trying to find clients for your business. And some of you may be just looking for other services, looking for other practitioners, or looking for people to partner with. So LinkedIn gives you a great way to be able to connect with people online for that. So what I'm going to talk to you about is, first of all, how to build your network. So how do you find people on LinkedIn and connect with them? I'll talk about some tips to be able to post in LinkedIn groups. So just if you're familiar with Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups work very similarly in terms of posting content and sharing it. We'll talk about how and why to update your LinkedIn profile. This is a real key piece here of LinkedIn. In fact, let me just pull it up real quick here so I can show you again. Your LinkedIn profile kind of reads like a resume. So as you scroll down, it has information about you and your business, and you know, this kind of fleshes out your whole work history almost. So a lot of people get confused by this, and they're not sure what to put here and when to put it and all of that. It's going to compile over time. We'll also talk about some strategies to get recommendations, which are a way for you to build your build social proof that you have experience and that you have value to add to other people. So social proof is where you have testimonials, endorsements, recommendations from other people.
And how wonderful is that you have Eric Lofholm right at the top?
Yeah, absolutely. I have
guy.
Yeah, exactly. I have a number of different people who are on my profile, and certainly Eric is one of my favorites. In fact, I'll talk here about Eric in a moment, but Eric's my coach and my mentor and a business partner as well. So I'm passionate about working with small business owners to leverage technology to grow their business online. I started my own business back in 2003. I had worked in the corporate world for over a dozen years, and I loved what I was doing, but I felt like something was missing. When I was back in college, I had the opportunity to become president of an organization on campus called the Entrepreneurial Network. We brought in local business owners to share their story with students, and it lit a fire inside me that inspired me to one day start my own business. In the fall of 2001, we all witnessed a life-changing event. September 11th changed the way that we looked at life, and it got me refocused on my vision of starting my own business. That opportunity finally came to pass in May of 2003, and I've been helping business owners ever since. I live in Sacramento, California, and have family that lives here in the Northern California area. In the picture here is my dad, my brother, and my two sisters. And I also love to spend time with my cats. And the baby of the family is Daniel, who's an adorable orange cat who loves to hang out in the kitchen waiting for his next meal. Now, I've had the great opportunity to have many coaches and mentors over the years, and the one who's had the greatest impact on me is Eric Lofholm. Eric is a master sales trainer. I've known Eric since 2007. Eric is my coach, my mentor, my business partner, and I've had the opportunity to work with Eric in a variety of roles. Some of the ways that I work with clients are to create information products. One of my favorite products that I created was a book that I co-authored with 6 other experts called Seize Your Opportunities. I know each one of the authors personally, and we're good friends. It's nice to be able to collaborate with people that you like, isn't it? And that's really a great use for social media, by the way, is to find people that you can team up, partner with, collaborate with, and communicate with. Another one of the roles that I filled is that of affiliate manager. I've had the great opportunity to work with Laura Langmeyer as her affiliate manager. I work closely with her marketing team. She's a great leader, and she knows how to run a successful business. Laurel speaks to audiences worldwide. She teaches people skills to start and run a successful business. When I worked with Laurel, I had one of the most scenic commutes of anyone that I know. I had the opportunity to drive up each week from Sacramento up to South Lake Tahoe. what an amazing life. It's such a beautiful area up there. I love to get out there in the mountains, and it's just so beautiful there by the lake. I've also worked as affiliate manager for Adrienne Ashley. She helps clients get media exposure and manage their reputation online. Adrienne's an entertaining speaker, and she attracts attention around the world. I like working with people who are up to big things. I like working with people who live fearlessly. And by the way, that's a great mindset to have, and that's something that's demonstrated by your founder, Catherine Metcalf. Catherine plays big, and she operates from a fearless mindset in getting things done. And I think if you want to be more successful online, you've got to have that mindset too, to be able to reach people and communicate with them and attract them to you online. Now, I have two outcomes today. My first outcome is to share a lot of great tips and give you some demonstrations on using LinkedIn. And then my second outcome is to let you know about an upcoming training and mentoring program. And I'll share all the details at the very end of the Google Hangout. And then we'll also do a live Q&A here as well. So tip number one, jot this down in your notes, is to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Optimize your LinkedIn profile. Now, it's very possible that when you first start off on your LinkedIn profile, you're not going to have everything on there. It's a bit of an effort to try to get all the information out there. In fact, some people don't even have a summary section on their LinkedIn profile. I would encourage you to go in and set up your summary. In fact, if you don't even know how to go in and edit, there's a place here where you can go, and I can click here and edit, or off the top menu here, I can click profile and edit profile. And that takes you in, and you can now see that there's a pencil here in different sections here. So I can go into this summary profile. I can click right here, edit with this pencil, and I can go in and change whatever information that I want. So this is a great tool to use to go in and update your information. By the way, you can also add rich media onto your LinkedIn profile. You can add PowerPoint slide decks. In fact, let me get back into the regular mode here, so the mode that other people would see. So if I scroll down here, I can click and notice it brings up a PowerPoint presentation. This is actually through a service called SlideShare. So this is a tool that you can use. You can also play live videos directly through LinkedIn. I can click here. I can have a video that comes over from YouTube.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is very cool. So, and you can rotate these over time. You can replace them. So I've got a couple things that are listed up here that people can go in and watch. So you definitely want to be leveraging video content as a way of building a relationship with people, because people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. And if they get a sense that you have information that's valuable, if they get a sense that you're a person that they can trust, if you get a sense, they get a sense that you can solve a problem they have, they're going to want to work with you. All right, we'll talk about some of the other aspects on the profile a little bit later here. In fact, one of the things I want to tell you about is the headline. This is an area that people miss a lot, but one of the most important aspects of your LinkedIn profile is the headline that appears at the top. The place that you find this is right here, and then the way to edit this, again, is to go in and then click here, and then you can make adjustments to this. You can click right here where it says your professional headline, and you can edit it right there. So a lot of people will just put their job title in there, but it's a good idea to tell people about your expertise. Here I have online marketing and social media trainer, author, speaker, coach. So I've got a number of things to tell people what it is that I do so that they can learn more. Some people will also put other keywords here as well. One of the reasons that this is important is as people are searching, for example, if I just type in Carol here, notice what appears here. I see a name and I see the headline. So like for Carol, it says business consultant at Business Growth Experts. This Carol, it says independent alternative medicine professional. So your headline is important because it shows right up, and you can see there's a lot of space here. I mean, you've got a lot of space that you could make use of, where you could have your headline there so people can see it. So people will often judge you and select you based on your headline. Headlines are also good in terms of keywords as well. People will be searching on keywords, and if they find your headline, then it's much more likely that if they're typing in like social media or online marketing, that they will find you here on LinkedIn. So make sure that you have words in there that are keywords that would make it easy for other people to find you. So here's an example again of the profile. Also optimize your skills. There's a place on LinkedIn where it has skills, and that's also a place where people can endorse you. So notice here where it says skills and endorsements. People, you can add up to 50 different skills on the page here. Some people have only taken time to add maybe 5 to 10. You want to add as many as possible because people will, you never know exactly what people will endorse you on. They're going to see the ones. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's funny. I actually need to, I have one for the conscious community, but I totally need to upgrade it, update it. And I have one for my own self. And it's funny because I'm promoting myself basically as an astrologer and intuitive on there, but I have more people, because it's a professional website, going on there and promoting me for my public speaking and for teaching and training. So yeah. So it does take your time and attention to pull it together. Are you there, Rick? Well, I think I lost you. Let me see if I can get you back. There you are.
There I am. Google Chrome crashed.
Oh my goodness.
But I am back, so excellent. Okay.
Okay.
You were in the midst of saying something.
Oh yeah, I was just talking about how, this LinkedIn, it does take you spending some time and getting on it. With the conscious community, I have the title, but I have not done hardly any work, so I actually need to get on there and do it for that. Right. I do have Catherine Metcalf, and I promote, myself as an astrologer and an intuitive. But what's funny is because LinkedIn is a much more professional website. Right. I have more people who know me, and they make comments about my skills as a public speaker, as a trainer, as a teacher, than they do about my astrology, which is funny. Oh, yeah. But yeah. So
it can be a little bit challenging if you have multiple skills that are kind of different, because then you have different communities of people who know you for different things, and it becomes kind of a jumble and a mishmash of your services there. So it's what I recommend is if you want something in particular that you want to stand out. In fact, let me go back over to the slides here. Let me go back to screen sharing one moment. Let's see here. Okay, share, and then let me go back over to LinkedIn. Here we go. So one of the things you could do is select which ones that you want to really get visibility on, because your top 10 are going to appear here at the top, and then invite people to endorse you on those particular skills. So for a long time, because I wanted my social media and online marketing to be at the top, and so I went out to a number of people and asked them if they could go out specifically endorse me on those categories, on those skills. And once they did that, then those started to rise up higher. But you'll often have things that people just know you for that may not be the first things that you want spotlighted there. So it takes a little bit of effort, a little bit of strategy there to have people to get the proper skills that you want up there. If you have things that you don't want to be recognized for anymore, you can always delete them off. There is a way to delete them off if you want to. But it's better to get some endorsements than no endorsements. And even on some of these here, I mean, like I have 9 on e-commerce. I know a lot of things about e-commerce, but it's not the first thing that I put out there. So I do have some people that have endorsed me on it, but it's not, top of the list. You can only have, a certain number that are at the very top that people will see. So make sure that you take time to think about that, and also pay attention to who has endorsed you, because you can go in and see who has endorsed you. You can go out and acknowledge them and thank them. You can give them endorsements on skills as well. So optimize your experience. You want to make sure that the experience that you have on your profile is optimized and improved. So go in, and what I find is a lot of times people will have a company name and their title and year information, but they'll have very minimal information about what it is that they do. In fact, I probably need to go in and update some of the things on my profile as well. Periodically, you just have to go through and review it. Also note that your recommendations, which we'll talk about here in a few minutes, your recommendations are linked to a specific job title or role. So I have 18 recommendations alone for social media outcomes, and I have a total of around 33 recommendations on my profile. So make sure that you have a specific intention around getting recommendations on whatever your most current job, business, career is around, so that you have more visibility there. Now, Dr. Ivan Meisner, who's founder of BNI, said, networking is not about hunting, it's about farming. It's about cultivating relationships. Don't engage in premature solicitation. You'll be a better networker if you remember that. Now, he's talking about live networking, like going out to events, but I think the same is true also for social media as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what you want to think about is you really want multiple touches over time. As you're reaching out and connecting with people, you want to reach them, communicate with them, interact with them over time. So part of social media marketing is social media networking. It's connecting, developing relationships, and that often takes multiple touches over time before somebody's really ready to talk with you about how you can help them or serve their needs. All right, tip number 2 for your notes is to build your LinkedIn network. Build your LinkedIn network. So you need to be strategic about going out and finding people. Ron Blake said, engaging in an authentic, meaningful conversation with consumers will be the key to marketing success and growth. Even if that means acknowledging negative feedback, transparency is paramount. See, on social media, people can say anything about anybody at any time. And sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. And I think if you have things that are just really negative or wrong, I would just go ahead and delete those. But if you have feedback from a client, you definitely want to follow up with them and have a conversation about them. There is only so much that you can really communicate in a social media platform when you really need to take it offline and talk with them in order to really get to the bottom of the issue. But people are going to talk about people and businesses out on social media. So you need to be out there communicating and engaging with people. Now, let's talk a little bit about the networking process and then how to find people. So first of all, just communicating on social media, including LinkedIn, will help people to find you. Because as they're communicating, as they're liking, commenting, or sharing what you're doing, other people have visibility to it. In fact, let me just show you real quick. Let me pop back out over onto LinkedIn. If you go over to the home page of LinkedIn, you'll notice this looks very much like Facebook. There's a news feed that you can scroll down and you can look for people who are posting, and you can you can comment, or you can share. So if there's something
I've not seen that page.
You haven't seen this page?
No, I see the how to network on LinkedIn, but I'm not seeing your profile page that you're talking about.
Oh, I'm not on the profile right now. Do you see the home page?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Okay, yeah. So here's the home page. This is like a news feed, like on Facebook, where you can scroll down and see what people are posting. This is a place where you can go and interact with people. You can find something that they're posting, trying to find something that's kind of interesting here that I can respond to. Generally things that are kind of short and easy to read or easy to respond to. In some cases, people will share blog posts and other information. But if you find something that, like here's Albert, he's sharing something, 15 Google Analytics metrics that provide powerful insights. I can click like on that, and I can click here. Obviously, I'd want to read it, but I can say great share Albert. And so I can put his name directly in there and go ahead and post a comment. I could also share it out on my own page if I want to. So you have lots of ways to engage with people, but the more that you're engaging with people, the more likely other people will be able to find you. So online networking is about engagement, and the process of engagement alone will bring new people to you over time. It's certainly not the only way, but it's one way. So identify what people want. In fact, there's a contact section within LinkedIn. Let me go back over and show you. If you scroll down on your LinkedIn profile.
That's what I'm not seeing.
You're not seeing the profile right now?
No. All I'm seeing is the how to network on LinkedIn.
How to network on, oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Let me, so you're not seeing the profile right now. You're just seeing my slides.
Right.
That's weird.
Correct.
Unfortunately, within Hangouts, I don't think there's a way I can see what everybody else is viewing. That is strange. Maybe I have to stop share. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Let me see. Let me stop
Are you
sharing.
on share screen? There you go.
Yeah.
Now I can see you.
Okay, let me see if this will work. Let's see. All right, hang on just a second. This is one of the technology aspects of Google Hangouts. All right, let me see if it will. Here
I know,
we go.
it's a learning curve.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
There you go. I see it now.
You see it now? Okay, perfect. Okay, good. Were you able to see this at all earlier?
I saw it in the beginning. But
Okay,
yeah,
in the beginning.
didn't
All right.
see it for the last section you were talking about.
Okay, got it. All right. So I'll just have to know when I go back and forth. I have to stop sharing and then come back and then reshare. So let's look at the advice for contacting section. If you scroll down on LinkedIn, there's a section here where it says advice for contacting Rick. So some people will come out to your profile here and they'll look to see what it is that you're looking for. So for instance, I put, thank you for visiting my profile on LinkedIn. I love meeting new people. I love to meet new people and build win-win relationships, et cetera, and put my contact information here. I recommend putting your contact information on LinkedIn a couple places. Don't just assume that people are going to find it in the contact section. There is a section here on LinkedIn where you can click where it says contact info, and you can put your phone number and your email address there. But a lot of people won't even take the time to look at it. So I put my contact information right up here in my profile. I also put it down in the advice for contacting section as well. Now, and let me, I'll backtrack for a moment. Here's the home page of LinkedIn again. So on this page here is where you can scroll down, and this is like the news feed on Facebook. So you can scroll down. Here's where you can go. Like here's a quote from Michael Jordan. I can just click on the like button on that. So this is a place where you can go interact, and your interactions will then get you visibility in front of other people as well. Okay, now let me go back over to the slides. I'm going to have to swap screens again. One moment.
Rick, are you there? No, I think we lost him again. So the screen share thing, maybe. Here you are.
Yeah, every time, unfortunately, sometimes when I stop sharing screens, it then causes Google Hangouts to crash.
Oh my.
Or Google Chrome. So I may just have to.
We'll just expect you to be kind of like a genie bobbing in and out then.
So I think maybe I'll try to. Maybe I will try. Yeah, maybe I'll just try to stick with the slides here and go through that. I've already done a couple demonstrations here, so let me flip back over to the slides and I'll just kind of roll through it and try to minimize the switching back and forth. Okay. All right, so here we are back to the slides. Right. So send personal messages to develop the relationship. As you're working to develop relationships with people, just sending them a quick message on LinkedIn can be very helpful. Because in fact, LinkedIn has made this easier than ever. There is their messaging feature is now more like Facebook and more like Twitter in terms of a chat message than it is just a standard message which goes out by email. So it makes it easy for faster conversations back and forth with people. So I definitely encourage you to start spending a little bit more time in the personal messages on LinkedIn, sending messages to people. So be more deliberate and intentional about who you reach out with and who you communicate with. Also find LinkedIn groups where you can, which include your ideal customers and clients. Now, here's an example of the LinkedIn connections page. So you can go here to see who you're connected with and click and pull up their page and then send them a message. So how many connections do you have on LinkedIn? Maybe you have under 500, maybe you have 1,000 or more. Well, guess what? Each of those people, those are people that you can reach out and contact. Some of them might be your ideal clients, and other people might be influencers. Influencers are great to reach out to. You should think about who you can reach out to, who is influential, who might lead you to other people, and work on developing those relationships. Now, Doug Skinner is one of my clients, and Doug is a technology expert, and Doug wanted to use LinkedIn to be able to reach more people online. And with Doug, he started getting more active and sending out messages. He started posting more messages out on LinkedIn and used that as a way to lead people to him. Doug also began doing webinars. For some of you, you might be in a position where you want to do webinars as a way to add value. Catherine Metcalf is a perfect example of that. She hosts Google Hangouts. You can host presentations where you add value to people and lead people to a next step in working with you. All right, tip number 3, jot this down in your notes, is to gain social proof. Gain social proof. We've already talked about this a little bit, but I just want to hit a few more points home here. So first of all, be intentional about getting endorsements. You can be endorsed on LinkedIn for your skills. This is a really super simple thing where people just go out to your page and click a button, click on a plus sign to endorse you. It's not a big thing. It's easy to do. It doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot. It just means that you've had people go out to your profile and recognize you based on certain skills. But there's the way that I look at it, is if you don't have that many endorsements, that says more than if you do have a lot of endorsements. Right. If people go to your page and you don't have those endorsements, then people kind of judge you on that basis. Like, why doesn't this person have this same kind of credibility as somebody else? But even better is to get recommendations. That's where you have somebody go out and write up a personal message, a testimonial about your services. So I have about 33 recommendations on my profile. And you really, in order to get a lot of recommendations, you have to go out and ask people. In fact, there's a place where you can go and click and then ask people, and LinkedIn will send out a message to people for them to go and write up a recommendation for you. Certainly, this is something you want to do for your existing clients. In fact, you might want to think about when you do that in the process, like at the conclusion of work, in the middle of work, whenever it is, you want to go out and ask them for a recommendation. Now, one thing I want to let you know is that people can only provide you with a recommendation on LinkedIn if you are currently connected to them on LinkedIn. So one of the steps that you need to take is actually to go and add people on LinkedIn. So you might want to do this prior to the point of concluding your work with them or wanting to ask for a recommendation. Make sure that you go out in advance. You might have to ask them 2 or 3 times to get them to approve the request. So be intentional, be focused in terms of getting that done, and that will make it a lot easier. And by the way, also make sure that you let them know in advance. You might say, one of the ways that people find me is on LinkedIn. So at the conclusion of our work, I'd like to ask you for a recommendation on LinkedIn. Is that okay? And that just sets the tone for you to come back later and ask for that. It's always better to be intentional about that up front and let people know. All right, tip number 4 is to post updates and interact in LinkedIn groups. What is an update? That's where you share information out on your LinkedIn profile. If you go out to your LinkedIn profile, you'll notice that there's a button here where it says share an update. If you click on that button, it will prompt you to type in messages. And so if you go to the LinkedIn homepage, you'll see a lot of the messages there that other people are sharing. By the way, there's also a way to go into your own LinkedIn profile and see your past history of what you've shared. Notice there are also 2 other options on LinkedIn. One is to upload a photo, and another is to publish a post. It's kind of like doing a blog post. You can also go out to LinkedIn groups and connect there with other people. In fact, LinkedIn allows you to add up to 50 different groups. That's quite a few. Facebook allows you to add an unlimited number, but LinkedIn, you get capped at 50. So you have to be somewhat selective. It does take a while to get to 50, but once you get to 50, then if you want to join another one, you have to let go of one group before you can add another group on. One of my clients is Tom Holthus. Tom Holthus is a network marketer. He has a Legal Shield business. And Tom came to me wanting to leverage LinkedIn and also leverage a blog in his business. And for any of you who have a web presence, I definitely encourage you to create a blog where you can go out and post content. And that is great information to share out on LinkedIn. You can share it on your own page, and you can also link back to it if you post on LinkedIn as well. So just like Tom, you want to build a presence that you can use on LinkedIn where you can attract people in. And by the way, Tom had the same situation where he had worked in the corporate world for many years. And so a lot of the endorsements and recommendations that he had were based on his prior profession rather than his current business. So he's worked to shift that over time and to get more people to endorse him on his current skills. All right, tip number 5 here is to send private messages. Of all the strategies that I've shared with you, this is probably the most personal. It's the most one-on-one. It is about reaching out and connecting with people individually. And as I mentioned, LinkedIn gives you an option to be able to chat with people individually. and then on that basis to be able to send them messages back and forth. Now, a lot of people make mistakes here. One of the mistakes that people make related to messages is to send too long of a message. They might send maybe 5 or 6 paragraphs of information. People are busy. If they pull up your LinkedIn message, they don't want to read 5 paragraphs of information. It's too much thinking. Be brief. Keep it to maybe 2 to 3 sentences as you work on getting a dialogue built up. See, the purpose of messaging and chat is just to start a conversation and then continue the conversation and then lead the conversation to a next step, like a phone call. So to send a private message, you just want to start off simple. Keep it short and simple and go from there. Now, here are some tips to send private messages and get people to respond back to you. Keep it simple. By the way, a great tip is to ask a short question. That's a great way to end a message is, start off with maybe a couple sentences and then just ask a short question. Ask an easy question that people can respond back to you. Don't promote your business at this stage of the game. Just use it as an opportunity to learn more about them, ask them a question or ask what they're interested in. And then from there, then you can follow up. Also, send a message through LinkedIn prior to making a phone call. If you know that you want to call somebody, maybe somebody new, and you have their phone number, obviously, then you could send a LinkedIn message prior to making the call. It's a good idea to make contact through social media before picking up the phone. This will just keep you top of mind. People know a lot of people. They talk to a lot of people. And if you just call them out of the blue, they may not know who you are or remember who you are. But if you send them messages in advance, it will help to remind them of who you are before you make a call. So send a message. Notice here, this looks very much like a chat type window. This is LinkedIn. So here's Niall. He posted a message. I responded back, or he responded back, and then I responded back to him. So you can have conversations back and forth. So notice very short little messages here back and forth. Messaging on LinkedIn doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be a novel. Keep it short. Now, before I go into that, I wanted to talk for a moment about the process of attracting people to you. I wanted to show you the search feature on LinkedIn. So I'm going to attempt to change the screen here. So I might drop out again when I do this, but let's see if this works. So I'm going to stop sharing and go back over to Hangouts. So you see me back on screen.
Yeah, you're still here.
Okay, good. So let me click and screen share again and go back over to, let's see. Okay, before I do that, I think I've got to get my screen queued up. So hang on just a second. And here we go. There's a little bit of effort to make this happen. Here we go, LinkedIn. All right. Did it work?
Yes.
Oh yeah, looks like I'm seeing it. Okay, good. We made it without dropping. Perfect. Okay, so I want to show you the search feature. LinkedIn has a very powerful search feature. Now you can use a simple search just by typing somebody's name in at the very top here. But you could also click and then filter on specific things. Like I can go in and filter based on groups, and I can type in baby boomer and see what that pulls up. So that's a second way that you can use the search, is just by filtering based on people, jobs, companies, groups, etc. The third way is to actually go into the advanced search. So let me click here. And when I click here now, notice I'm in a search window here. So this search window here, and I can scroll down and I have other options here how I can search. So let me give you an example here. Let's say I wanted to find people. So I'm going to click on people. That's going to filter the search a little bit. And I can select first, second connections, or group members here. I can have all these checked right now. I can scroll down. Let's say I want to find people in the United States. So that narrows it down to only 2.7 million people. Now, let's say that I want to search based on location. So let's see here. One moment. All right, let me select based on industry first here. So for instance, if I want to select IT people, I could select this.
Mm-hmm.
And now that drops it down to 170,000. And then I can narrow it down to schools if I want to. I can look at past companies. I can look at what people are interested in here. So let me just do, here we go. Let's click advanced. So I can click advanced there, and now I can also search, for instance, by CEO. So I can click CEO, and that gives me now, give it a moment, 58,000 people. So now we're narrowing down even further. But now I can even narrow it even further. I can select a location. So let's say everybody actually, let's do it this way. What's your zip code there in Phoenix?
85381.
85381. All right, so let's say 50 miles within 85381. Click search. Now I've narrowed it down to 938 people. These are all actually CEOs in the IT field. So how narrow is that? That's pretty amazing.
What a great search engine.
Yeah, what a great search engine for finding people. This is one of the things that makes LinkedIn very powerful. Now, one thing I want to let you know here, if you go out to a specific profile, let me just click on Dan's profile here, for instance. Now, once I'm on his profile here, I might check on his contact information to see if he has any other places that I can connect with him. He has a personal website. Sometimes people will have their Twitter link there. Let me see if I can find another one here. Here's Woody. And let's see, his contact information is not visible. Let me try somebody else here. Well, what you'll often find,
guys that need your class.
I know, yeah, no kidding. Like, in some cases, it won't share the information based on the contact level. If you see a number up here in LinkedIn, like this is a third level connection. So a first level connection is where you're directly connected to with someone. That's who you're connected to. A second level connection is a friend of a friend. And then the third level connection is a friend of a friend of a friend. So you're connected through one other person. So it looks like I'm not going to find one here. Actually, here's contact info. Yeah, here's a company website, but I don't see a Twitter link. But let's say I found somebody that had a Twitter link. See, what's nice is, in this case with Kevin, in order to connect with him, I can send him an in-mail message. And we don't have time to go into detail on what that is, but it's kind of like sending somebody a message that you don't know. You have access to go and send a certain number of in-mail messages per month to be able to reach out and connect with them. But what's cool is if you were connected on Twitter, I could then go out to Twitter, follow somebody. So let's just pick an example here. Here's Dennis. I could go out, follow him, and then I could go connect, and I could like, I could share, I could retweet content from him. So Twitter makes a great combination with LinkedIn. Because oftentimes people will look at a social media site like LinkedIn as kind of just a microcosm of a way to communicate with people. But I look at social media more as a holistic perspective, to use a word here, as being connected between different types of systems. So just by taking the time to go through and find people and search for them out on Twitter, I can then build a relationship and then go back and connect with them individually out on LinkedIn. So think about how you can go through. So the search feature in LinkedIn is really superior. One thing I'll let you know, though, is that the more people that you're connected to, the more people you'll be able to have access to. So if you only have a small number of connections, you will be limited by the number of people that you can reach. The more people that you connect to over time, the larger your network gets and the larger the number of people that you can find. Because in order for Kevin here to be a third connection, that means I have two other people that I'm connected through. And LinkedIn will also tell you, like, I'm connected to Kevin through Stephanie. So Stephanie is my friend. I'm connected to her. She's connected to Kevin. So he's a third level connection. So something to think about.
It's kind of like a businessancestry.com.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So kind of a 6 degrees of separation type thing. All right, I'm going to switch back over to the slides. So I'm going to try to do the stop sharing thing again. Hang on.
Okay. So I think we lost Rick again, but he'll be back shortly. So we need little graphic dancers or something across the screen right now. So just use your imagination till it pops back up. Thanks for being patient. All right, there you
All
are.
right, I'm back.
Good.
All right, we're in the home stretch.
Definitely a glitch there with Google Hangouts.
Yeah, that is really strange. That switching the sharing thing is not good. All right, I'm going to click again and go back over to, let's see here. One moment. Let me see if I can find where I'm going. Here we go. All right, cool. So I've had the great opportunity to work with Eric Lofholm since 2007. I worked with him first as a client, then later as a sales coach, a sales consultant, operations manager, general manager, joint venture and affiliate manager, and also director of his technology services division, all while still running my own business as well. And Eric uses online marketing and social media as a way for him to increase his visibility online. In fact, he creates information products, he posts to his blog, he creates YouTube videos as a way to add value and attract people online. And the good news for you is that you can use social media in a way that attracts people to you. You can create leverage through social media and use that as an opportunity to lead people to a next step in working with you. You can add value, build trust and rapport, and lead people to a next step. So would you like to be able to improve your results on LinkedIn? Absolutely, right? Would you like to be able to grow your network on LinkedIn? You know, we've talked about some strategies on today's Google Hangout on how to do that, and I've got more to share with you. Would you like to be able to connect with more potential clients on LinkedIn? Absolutely, right? There's a lot of ways that you can start connecting with people, adding value, and attracting them in. So what can you do to improve your results on LinkedIn? What I'd like to do now is simply extend an invitation to participate in an upcoming training and mentoring program. It's called the LinkedIn Training Program. This is how to reach influencers on LinkedIn, develop relationships, and also get more clients. This includes training and accountability to get into action. So would you like to be able to get results using LinkedIn? Definitely. So on this program, you're going to learn 7 techniques to connect with influential people. Remember, one of the things that distinguishes LinkedIn from other networks like Twitter or Facebook is that there are a lot of people who are influential. Some of those are business people, some of them are executives, and many of the clients that you might want to seek in your business, they might be influential people. So you can tap into them through LinkedIn. The conversations that happen on LinkedIn typically are different than other social media sites, and you tend to be able to go a little bit deeper into some of the topics that might be of interest to you. You'll also learn 3 ways to leverage online videos on LinkedIn, 3 simple steps to improve your LinkedIn profile. You'll learn 5 ways to interact with LinkedIn groups that will engage people, and also 3 tips to post updates on your LinkedIn profile. The program includes instant access to a series of 4 online videos, and also access to 4 live LinkedIn webinars that are coming up soon. You'll also get access to a special report and also 3 insightful videos. Now, the 4 online videos and the live trainings are on LinkedIn networking, LinkedIn groups, LinkedIn profile optimization, and also LinkedIn publishing. So networking obviously is about how to build relationships, how to find people, how to connect with them. LinkedIn groups is how you can go out and add value through groups. And again, just like Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups give you an opportunity to share information and attract people to you. The LinkedIn profile optimization is all about getting you into action and updating your profile. It's one thing for me to just tell you here today to go out and update your profile. It's another thing for you to actually get into action and do that and share it and ask for feedback. You'll also learn about LinkedIn publishing. LinkedIn publishing is kind of like having a blog on LinkedIn. You can put posts out there which get visibility. And if you don't currently get much interaction on your current blog, LinkedIn Publishing gives you a way to be able to publish content and get more interaction, get more engagement, get people sharing what you're doing on LinkedIn. So the live webinar series is coming up in April. It's on April 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th. And the webinars are on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And I can tell you, I don't have the technical glitches that we've had here today on my webinars. So apologize for that today. But on the webinars, I use GoToWebinar, and I haven't had any problems as far as having it suddenly drop out and lose people. So you also get access to a special report on 7 ways to leverage LinkedIn. So you're going to learn how to reach influencers and also develop relationships with them. And also 3 insightful videos. There's one on leveraging your LinkedIn, your network for introductions, lead generation strategies using slideshow presentation. So how to add value through a slideshare presentation that people can watch, click, and then go get more information. And also the third video is on how to approach people on LinkedIn. So are you finally ready to monetize LinkedIn? Are you finally ready to attract new people to you, to build relationships, and to lead them to a next step in working with you? The LinkedIn training program includes instant access to the online videos, and that's valued, sorry, that should actually be $397. In fact, hang on a second. I'll just update that real quick here. $397. The 4 LinkedIn training webinars are valued at $397. The special report is valued at $97, and the 3 insightful videos at $39. The total value of the program.
I'm seeing you, but not your.
Are you not seeing the screen now? Oh no, we lost it. Shoot. All right, hang on. Let me come back. Let me see if I can do this again. Screen share. Cross your fingers and hope I don't drop. It's like the Wild West out here. All right, can you see it now?
Yes.
Cool. All right, good. So we didn't drop. All right.
Yeah.
Now the program, so the total value of the program is $930. And in a moment, I'll explain how you can sign up for much less than that. The program includes a 100% money-back guarantee. Try the program for 30 days. If you're unhappy for any reason, we'll refund your tuition 100%. I have a special offer for you that's available in the next hour. You can register for the entire program for only $97. Here's the link to go out to.
That's a great deal.
Thank you. Thank you. socialmediaoutcomes.com/LinkedIn-program. Is there a way to share the link in the group out in the Hangout?
Yeah, I can type it.
Okay.
I can type it in the chat area. Is that what you want?
Yeah, if you could do that. And while you're doing that, then I will also talk about the bonuses. So I've got a couple bonuses for you. So for those of you who are on live with us right now, if you register for the program in the next 15 minutes after the Google Hangout ends, you'll receive an additional bonus. And that bonus will be that you will receive 2 one-on-one coaching sessions with me. Those are LinkedIn coaching sessions. We can do those as web meetings or as a phone call. On a web meeting, we can actually pull up your profile on LinkedIn and I can give you feedback on it directly. Those are 2 30-minute sessions that we can have as you're going through the program. So that's a great value. You get those as bonuses if you register for the program here in the next 15 minutes after the Google Hangout ends. I imagine some of you might be watching the recording this afterwards. So if you are watching it, feel free to contact me and see if this opportunity is still available to get the bonuses. You can send me an email message at rick@socialmediaoutcomes.com. You can also call me at 916-248-5440. 916-248-5440 and check in with me. I had somebody just call me recently after I had delivered a presentation in to an association, let's see, the Placer Women's Network in the local area here. And I extended the opportunity for her because she had missed the event and she was able to sign up and attend one of my programs. So feel free to contact me if you want to check in on that. Again, $97 to sign up. So I just talked about the bonuses, and here's a final slide here. So I do encourage you to register for the program and join me to learn a lot more about LinkedIn and also create accountability to get into action. By the way, one other benefit that I'll mention is that I do have, you will receive access to a private Facebook group for my LinkedIn training program. And that's an ongoing group that you'll have access to. A final bonus, by the way, is that you'll also be able to attend the LinkedIn training program anytime I offer it again live in the future. Remember, you get access to all the content through the online videos, but you'll also be able to come back and participate live. And that's a good thing because LinkedIn does change from time to time. So you'll have a chance to come back and get access to that. So here's the link again, socialmediaoutcomes.com/up/LinkedIn-program. I know it's kind of a long link, but hopefully you can make it out there to find it. So let me see if I can stop sharing again here. I'm going to do this and hopefully we won't drop. Okay.
There you are.
I'm back. Cool.
All right.
Woo! We made it through. I feel like it's like a tough mutter. It's been like a obstacle course having to run through this one. Whew.
You get a great big gold star for all of your attempts at sticking in there. So
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you guys, please, Rick is really an expert at social media, and LinkedIn is just one of the many that we need to learn. So I hope that you have the patience to stick through this and be sure to go and check out Rick over at socialmediaoutcomes.com and see all the things that he can help you with. And again, the Conscious Community is really honored to sponsor this business training too. And you can go to theconsciouscommunity.com to learn more about us and see how we can be of service to you. All right. So thanks so much, Rick. I appreciate your time and your talents, and I'm sure I'll be seeing you again.
Yeah, I'm trying to access the Q&A there. Is there there's not a way to for me to click and actually enter in a question there or a response?
Can you see it now?
I can see it, and I see a couple posts that I put up there earlier, but I can't respond to it. Maybe is the Q&A like on a separate window?
I've got it. I pulled it up.
Maybe you have to be in a separate window to access it. Let me see, because I know it was on the main page when I registered. Let me go over to the Q. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because I'm on the Q&A and it's not letting me write a question, which is odd.
Oh,
okay,
wow. Okay.
So here's what I'm learning after trying to do 3 or 4 Google Hangouts is that it's complicated. So I think for our next grouping of trainings, we might be doing, you said go to webinar you use, and there's another one called Blab.
Yeah, the disadvantage with Blab is that you don't have the video.
Oh, bummer. Okay.
Like we had on this. That I've heard they're going to add it later. Now I did it. So I went back. I traveled back all the way to the Conscious Community Facebook group. I clicked on the link. That took me out to the page. I went into the Q&A there, and I typed in a message, and now you can see it in the Q&A. So I added the link there. So it was kind of a roundabout method to get a question in there, but you can see it there for anybody who's watching. I don't know if the Q&A, I don't think the Q&A shows up for the recording though, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So, okay. So again, socialmediaoutcomes.com and theconsciouscommunity.com. So Rick, thank you so much for taking the time and the patience.
Absolutely. Thanks, Catherine. Appreciate it. And thanks to everybody who joined in. All right. Thanks. Bye now.
Bye-bye.